What is going on, everybody? It's Kevin Dini here for Superpower Review. Happy Saturday. Can't you tell it's Saturday? Look at my hair. It's all crazy. I don't give a crap. I'm relaxing in my house. I'm chilling with good people from the comic community. Guys, I am super, super excited. It's been a long time. So it's been a month since you guys have been without What's That Comic Book? And I'm so sorry for that. It won't happen again, I promise. But I'm super excited to bring the live stream back. A lot of people have been asking, where is What's That Comic Book? When are you guys going to have What's That Comic Book back on? It's here, okay? Wait no longer. What's That Comic Book is back. Guys, I am super excited for today's show, not only because we are back, but I have a great lineup of guests for you guys. We got already some people hopping in, and I will say hey to you guys in a quick minute. But if you guys are watching today, or if you're watching the rewind, don't forget to smash that like button, please. That really helps the channel out. And click on that subscribe button, too. That also shows your support. We are close to 2,500 subscribers, and once we reach that goal, I'm going to be giving away some books. You knew that was coming, right? I already know you knew that was coming, because once we hit a big milestone, Kevin over here gives out some free comic books. So, guys, I'm going to introduce some of my guests here, the panel. First up, we got my good guy, Paul, Sector 2815. What's going on, Paul? How you doing, man?
Good, Kevin. How are you?
Good, dude. Hey, I want to tell you, it's a good thing that you're not back in New England, because it is crappy outside. It's super cloudy. It's raining. Okay, for the past 3 days, we had a heat wave here. It was like over 90, felt like 100, and it just like changed drastically. It's 60 degrees, cloudy, rainy, and wet. So I would bet that you're pretty happy that you're in Florida right now.
Yeah. It's been a month since you've done this show.
Yeah, it's been a month, dude. It's been a long time.
You're risking the fall of Western civilization.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm sorry. We're back. Well, thank you so much for coming on, man. I really appreciate it. And then we also have. Yeah, no problem, dude. We also have a couple. I shouldn't say a couple. We have more than a couple. We have some first appearances on the channel, and I'm super excited to bring these guys on. I have one of my favorite channels to watch on here on YouTube. He gives really good advice about comic collecting. We got JP on the show today from JP's Budget Collecting. JP, what's up, dude?
I'm excited. Who's this guy that gives good advice? I'm excited to hear about this guy. So I don't know what channel this is. So you gotta hook me up. So I can find this guy. So
no, man. I love your show when you do the show about like today we're collecting so and so, and then you do all the keys, and you haven't done it in a little bit, but I love that show.
In a long time. That's actually one of my favorite things that I've made on YouTube, but it's so much work that I've been super lazy about it.
I can totally understand. There's a couple of videos where I'll do like the most expensive so and so comic books, and sometimes those videos, even though they're like 5 minutes, it takes me longer to edit than like my half-hour shows.
Oh well, like just like literally, it's like to get for that one, because I do keys, I do like storylines, I do covers. The covers take forever trying to find like. Because it doesn't matter how deep I dig and which ones I come up with. There's always like, did you know about this one? I'm like, no.
And it's not, right. And then you're just like, damn, I'm not doing my job well. And it's not only like just the editing and recording, but it's the research as well. No. Yeah, I get you, man. All right, so next person we have on the channel, one of my favorite dudes here in the comic community. We have Matt, TheBoyWhoHad7, talks comic books on the channel as well. What's up, dude?
Hey, man, how are you?
Hey, nice hook. I like it.
Thank you. I thought I'd throw some moves out there for your karate prowess.
I'm impressed, dude. I'm impressed.
Thanks, man.
Cool.
You know what? I have actually been on your channel once before.
You have?
And I think it was one of your first ever, like, you used to just like chill at work and you'd go live.
Mm-hmm.
And I jumped on there one time, man. But I mean, it's been forever.
That was like probably right when COVID hit.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's a long time ago. Well, I'm sorry, man.
It's all good. It's all good, man.
But you know what? This is the better appearance.
There we go.
This is the one that's worth money.
This is the full first appearance, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
I like
it was just a cameo.
That's right. That's right.
And then so for our last guest, wait, people, there's more. Our last guest is Sean over on Instagram. Sean Ashby. I've been following this dude since day one on Instagram, since I've been on or since he's been on. This guy posts a lot of fire on his Instagram. And we got Sean. Sean, what's up, man? Hey!
There you go.
I need those gloves for when I spar people. That would be
That's
that would
right.
be dope.
That's
And
right.
they make noise, don't they?
They do.
Yeah, see? I need those. Every time they get punched, they're like Hulk smash. Well, gentlemen, again, thank you so much for taking time out of your day on this Saturday to hang out with me on What's That Comic Book. I really appreciate it. Let me take a few minutes here just to say hey to some of the people who are taking time out of their day as well to watch the show. We got Luis Ramirez 504. We got Magic Lasso in the house. Ryan, I haven't seen you in a little bit, man. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. We got No Good Comics on the channel. Guys, just so you know, Matt just did an interview on No Good Comics YouTube channel. If you guys are not subscribed to No Good Comics, he is close. Well, he's reaching the 1,000 subscriber mark. I would really love to see this guy reach 1,000 within the next couple of weeks. He is so deserving of every single subscription this guy gets. 100%. This dude has great content. He brings people on the community on. He's a really good dude, and I'm proud to call Justin a really good friend of mine. So check him out and go check out the interview with Matt on there, or you can check out the interview I did on there as well. We got JP also in the chat. He's not only on the show, but he's in the chat as well. Let's see. We've got TK's Batcave in the house. What's going on, man? Thank you so much for joining in. And then let's see. We got Biggie in the house. Biggie. I hate the little sidebar on StreamYard. I feel like it's so hard to like kind of get. And then we got Mastodon. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. So, guys, let's start off today's show. In case if anybody is watching who is new, just so you know, What's That Comic Book is when I have people from the community join me, and we just take turns randomly pulling comic books out of our collection, and we just try to give as much information about them as possible. So that's just pretty much it. Don't forget to smash that like button, click on that subscribe button, and also if you guys go in this video's description down below, you guys can follow and subscribe to these guys on their social media platforms as well. So let's hit it off with Paul. Paul, you want to start us off, man?
Sure. I'm gonna go start off with from 1970. It is Green Lantern, Green Arrow number 76. This is important for a few reasons. It's by Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams. It's important because it is considered the first issue of the Bronze Age. And it's considered that because really kind of the first time that comics really kind of took on a social consciousness. And also, this was kind of the first comic that was considered being done by people who grew up really wanting to do comics. In the past, it was people who kind of, who went to work and maybe they admitted they worked in comics, maybe they didn't. They all wore suits and ties, and it was really kind of just a business. Then the Denny O'Neills and the Neil Adams and the Jim Sterankos, all you name it, came up. People who grew up comics and said, that's what I want to do for a living. And this was really kind of the beginning of the social consciousness too, especially Denny O'Neil was really kind of known for his social consciousness, and his run with Neil Adams on this covered racism. It covered overpopulation. It covered addiction, lots of different things. And so exactly addiction. Yeah, the Roy Hopper, the drug addiction of Roy Hopper. This is actually my favorite comic book in my collection because Green Lantern is my favorite character, and although George Perez is probably my favorite artist, this is my favorite comic book in my collection. So just wanted to start off with that.
Nice. We're starting off with some heat already. I don't know. I'm not a huge follower of Green Lantern. When it comes to DC, I don't have a huge roster of heroes that I follow, but I do really like that cover. I mean, I'm a sucker for Neil Adams, so seeing that cover is just really, really cool. Sean, what's up?
That's Neil Adams at his best, for sure.
Yeah.
He really brought DC out of the weeds there with the look. They were like,
they were still kind of stuck in the Comics Code Authority world, and
A little
Yeah.
nice, a little bit nice and polite, and then they got O'Neill and Adams in there, and it was like they gave Marvel a run for its money on the cutting edge side of things, where they hadn't really been living. You know.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Definitely.
Great book, yeah.
New World Order comics, love historical books. Yes, for sure. I should. I wonder if I can find a copy of that online to read, because I think that would be a really good read to. If you're not a sucker for Neil Adams, you're blind. Yes, unruly Simeon. Very, very true, sir. Very, very true. All right, very cool. We're starting off with some heat already. JP, your turn, man.
All right, what do you guys want? You guys want a slab? You want an unslabbed key? You want a sketch cover? What do you guys want?
Ooh, I will go with a slab. Let's do it up with slabs already. Why not?
We're gonna do this one. Here, I'll take it out of the bag.
I like it.
Hope that won't be too loud.
30 seconds, JP.
30 seconds. So I'm gonna go with this.
Yeah.
164 signed by Chris
Nice.
Claremont. And this, when it was a raw book, was my very first AOK in the community for Mr. Unruly Simeon, who is in the chat.
Yeah.
I was going to PlanCon. I was going to grab this book to get it signed. I'd ordered one. The seller lied. Basically, the book came water damaged.
Oh no.
So I sent it back. I was like, okay, well, I'll just do something else. And like, Unruly hit me up after the stream. Was like, here, give me your address. And like 2 days later, I had this book in hand.
So awesome.
To get it signed and slabbed. Yeah. I'm a big Carol Danvers fan. Just one of several of her keys that I have. But this is, to get this one signed by Claremont, to have it had come from Unruly. So yeah, we're gonna kick it off right there.
Nice, man. AOKs,
awesome.
can't go wrong with AOKs, dude.
No. So
Wow.
Man,
That's-
you
that was
collect
beautiful.
9.8 white pages, JP? Look at
it is 9.8 white pages. I would like this one. There's a
Sounds
lot
like
of
somebody I know.
That's like not 9.8. The
That
funny
is
thing was,
okay,
neither of us expected it to come back that high. Neither of us did, but
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
What did you expect it to come?
I figured it was like 9.496.
Yeah.
I didn't have it pressed beforehand. Like this was back the first time I ever sent books in, so I actually had CCS press this. So like they did actually improve it. I probably won't use them again, but they did actually improve that one. So
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Very nice. All right. Matt, your turn.
All right, I got 12 books here. Pick a number, man.
Ooh.
How
I'm
we
gonna
go
go with
rando, you know?
6.
6?
Yeah. ahead, Matt.
You would pick this book.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. You ready?
I think I might know what it is.
Oh,
Yes!
no.
Yes!
You just know where that book is
That
at.
is
Wow.
insane that you picked that book.
I smelt it, dude. I was like,
Yeah,
Yep.
New.
even over the internet, you can smell those books.
That's right, man. I seriously only threw this in here because I knew it's you, and then you can pick it on the first. That's awesome, man.
this is beautiful.
I love it.
To anybody who's watching, just so you know, he did not send me a list of the books that he was showing today,
Nope.
okay?
Yeah, they did not pre-discuss that at least to us, not where we were visible. Because we were here
Oh, man,
before
that is
that was.
awesome.
Oh, dude, 9.8 in that book. How mind-blowing that is to me. Holy cow. I remember like go ahead.
Go ahead, sorry.
I remember like a few years back, maybe like thinking about upgrading my 9.4 for a 9.6, and it was like a 700 difference. And I was like, nah, I'm fine with my 9.4. I'm happy with that. And now I'm just like thinking about like, damn, I should have done it.
Yeah. I always thought, man, when I bought this one and it's a 9.8, I always thought I could get it later. It's never gonna blow up. It's been hanging around the same price forever. And look at it now, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Sean, go
right.
ahead, man.
You'll get it one day. You're gonna find a raw one. You're gonna send it in, and it's gonna come back a 9.8 for you, man.
You know how many times people have told me go sell all 6 of your raw ones to get the 9.8?
I told you that.
I'm just like, I can't do it. I feel pain.
Sean, you were say something, man?
Yeah.
Oh, just that's a hard book to get raw and then have it come out 9.8.
Yeah.
That's one of those elusive ones. It's sort of. I almost bought a raw 9.8 off a guy. He wanted the slab price for it at the time, and it had a little tiny bindery tear, and I was not certain it would get the 9.8, so I passed on it, and I'm still kicking myself. That's a great book.
Yeah,
it's not easy.
It's not easy, dude. So, like, again, when I look at my 9.4, I'm still obviously really happy, especially with the other 7 freaking copies I have. Yeah. I really, really can't complain because, I remember the time where people thought I was absolutely crazy for buying that many copies of that book. And I was like, you just wait. You think I'm crazy now? This book is going to explode. This book will be the next Punisher sometime. It'll be the next ASM 129. And people are like, no. And look, and then they're like, I've had 2 people message me like, it's a good thing you bought all those ASM 300s. Like, I told you.
Well, when I bought this, man, there was a newsstand 9.8 for like $200 more. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna save the money. I'm kicking myself on that one, man. The newsstand of this right now is ridiculous.
I've got a bunch of copies of that book, and I the highest I got was 9.6. I still have 3, but again, 9.8's not. It's just might as well just buy it the slab at 9.8. I think that's the way to go.
I'm loving
raw.
I'm loving some of these comments. Magic Lasso, that's a Kevin book.
I love
that for a random pull.
I love it.
Unruly Simeon, I gotta let my 9.6 breathe like wine, baby, like wine.
That's right. Comic Kennedy.
Funny, man. That was beautiful. All right, Sean, your turn, buddy.
Well, I brought the Hulk gloves out, so I guess I should start with something.
Heck yeah.
Marvel
What? My goodness. Oh my goodness.
What are you putting away for? Keep showing it.
Yeah, keep showing it, man. Give that thing its glory.
This is the closest I've ever been to one, so don't put it away.
Little shiny here. There we go.
Wow. How long have you had that, Sean?
Quite a while. I bought it off a guy this is a kind of neat story. He was on that show American Pickers.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
He sold them an AF-15, and then a friend of mine tracked him down. And I'm a musician, so I was touring, and I was in the area, and I tracked him down, and he had a raw copy of it. And this was quite a long time ago. It was 2,600. He wanted like 33 or something at first. And then, at that time, you could bargain with people because people weren't so crazy, and they were like $3,300 for a comic book sounded like a lot of money then. So if you could bargain, I guess my point is you could bargain with people pretty easy, even 6 years ago. I don't think people realize how much things have changed in the last 3 years. Yeah. It's incredible, actually, to me, because I've been doing this so long. It's like night and day. Incredible. Can't even keep up. Yeah, incredible.
Get me a time machine. I'll take 2.
Yeah, no, but I bought it then off them, and we thought it was a 2. It has a lot of marble chipping, and I sent it in unpressed, and it got a 3.
Nice.
And that's my. When I was a kid, I loved the Hulk and Spider-Man, so I had to get that. Now, if I did anything smart, was when I started back in collecting again. I went right after the biggest keys first. I noticed a lot of people like working their way backwards, from the ends of runs and getting all the easy ones. And I said, the prices just keep going up. Let's just start with the beginning.
Smart.
Eat it now. It's going to hurt, but do it. And then now it's ridiculous. I mean, so I don't know how many times this week people have messaged me on Instagram about books and how everything's out of reach for them now and everything. And like seriously, man, like 1.5 to like 20 grand for some of those Marvel keys, right? Like, whoa.
Matt, you still have yours?
Yeah, I actually have it in the pile right now.
I think I saw it on the top
bust
there.
It out. Just bust it out, Matt. I want to see it. Yeah, bust it out, and let's get a shot of Matt and Sean holding up their Hulk's number ones. We need to see that.
There you go. Look at that.
Damn.
There we go.
Damn.
Yeah, these are super rare. This would be if I had to liquidate my collection, this would be probably last of the top 3 that I get rid of. These.
How did you get it? What's the story on it?
So,
Oh, I'll put you big.
last year, 2020 got the Marvel chipping too, but I go over after those white pages.
What?
Yeah.
What? Matt doesn't play with white pages, dude. He likes his pages.
Man, it's
white.
all about the white pages, man.
Yeah.
He's all about the white pages.
I saw a seller on eBay selling it, and I had so many eBay bucks, and I had a whole bunch of. I pay a lot of things for my business with a credit card and get cash back. So I took my eBay bucks and my cash back and threw it on this book, and I got it last year for under $9. And so you paid a lot better price than I did.
I don't know. That's a pretty good price, $9.
Yeah, but
Already
right now,
slabbed, right?
I mean, say it again.
Already
slabbed. Yeah, already slabbed white pages, and it's going for double that right now, even more than that, double and a half.
Yeah,
So
it's hard to keep up with what prices things are at. Around where I live, people are charging over whatever GPA is sometimes, and because they feel like it's catching up. 2 months later, it'll catch up to the price they put on it, so they're adding.
Yeah, they're charging. They're all charging tomorrow's price.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where the whole inflation's coming in, because that's why a lot of people who are finding books. I mean, I'm in this predicament too. When I'm looking for a big key book, like including my Werewolf by Night 32, any blue chip key, it's hard to kind of find what's the best deal on it because the prices are all over the place. You know what I mean? That's the inflation.
Yeah, I sold Strange Tales 110. I had a 5.0 off white pages, and I've been trying to get all white pages in my collection. I have 2 books left without white pages. But some of the community members reached out to me like, "Hey, can I do this price?" And I'm like, "Oh man, that's old prices, But I didn't. I just went to what they were selling for right now. I didn't go to like, this is what I think it's going to sell for in 2 months. And so I sold it, and the price did go up by $4,000 or $5,000 from what I sold it for. And so whoever got it got a great deal, But yeah, I see that gouging a lot, Yeah. But the market's changed, so I'm going to sell it for what they're, similar books are selling for. But I'm not going to add on money thinking it's going to go up,
Right. Man, guys, I think with all the books that I've shown so far, I know this is not a competition, but I can't compete.
No, man, you love it, man.
My man, the sentimental, thankfully, breaking out the,
All right, my turn. I'm going to show a slab. So usually for the show, I have my wife pick out my slabs. I did pick out the slabs today because I feel like I was trying to pick out slabs that would go for both of you guys. That's something that everyone would like. But here's one important slab in my collection. And if before we started recording, I was like, "Hey guys, give me a minute. I just thought about a book that I want to go get." This book was on my 2018 wish list, and I got this from this man right down here.
Nice.
This book is very important to me, man. Obviously being a huge Spider-Man fan, loving anything that's symbiote related. This book holds a very special place in my heart because I remember reading this book for the first time in middle school. And I was just, there's that splash page, that #1 page of Spidey jumping out with J. Jonah Jameson. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Dr. Connor in his arms. And I just remember seeing that first page and be like, look how sexy Spider-Man is with that suit. Look how amazing that suit is, dude. Why has Spider-Man never been in that black suit his whole entire existence? But always loved the homage cover. If I can't afford Amazing Fantasy number 15, I'm going to actually get not the next best thing. I'm going to get the best thing of Spider-Man on the cover with the black suit.
Nice.
9.6 newsstand. I know a lot of people love their newsstands. And it just so happened that I was able to get the newsstand cheaper than the regular copy. So I didn't really want to, I didn't have too much of a preference then. I was just like, if I'll get whatever I can find, you know what I mean? But normally I do like the direct edition because I like the little piece of artwork.
I don't remember people talking about newsstands so much back then when I sold you the book. I had like 14 copies of that book, and I was selling some off, but that was a nicer one for sure.
Yeah, Sean, I have to agree with you there. I think newsstands were something that people liked, but I think newsstands have become more of a thing for sure. I think a lot of people are always looking out more for the newsstands, and the newsstands are actually, I think, if you're going to compare from now to when I bought it then, the price difference is huge. And plus, when I try to buy keys, this is another thing too. I know you're in Canada, but I try to go get my books from Canada because you can get them a little bit cheaper than for the American dollar. You know what I mean?
Do it
unless you get that Canadian price variant, and then you yeah, that's right.
But no, that's a really good point, Sean. I really feel like a lot of people used to look for newsstands. But now people are looking for newsstands. They want newsstands and everything, especially in that high grade, which is so hard to get.
I sold a bunch of newsstand books through Comic Link, I think it was, and they all did. Well, one was on Comic Tom, like as a high sale that week, and when I sent them off, it takes so long to process it through, right? To get them, I sent it to them, they sent it to CGC, on, and eventually. I had a bunch of copies. I had bought off of this guy that had his stepfather or something had been the guy that brought comics to the stores. So they were all newsstand, everything. He had multiple copies of all these books. And again, it wasn't even that long ago, and people weren't talking about newsstand that much then. When I sent them off, I just thought they were 9/8, and maybe they're newsstand, but no big, hardly registered on me. And then I was getting almost double for the newsstands. And this was me like, up until this year, I had multiple, so I was selling them each auction, just one, right? So it took a long time to get rid of them all, and geez, I can't even remember what they all were. But it's not a thing that matters to me a ton, but I can't ignore the market saying it's important, and so if I have a newsstand, like I kept some, right, and now they seem like a bigger deal to me.
I'll tell you too, right?
Everybody else cares, yeah.
I'll tell you too, you were the first person I ever bought a slab from in Canada. And so when I bought the book, I was super nervous because I've heard horror stories of the border cracking open slabs, and you get your book back from the post office, and the slabs all broken with the book just like in the box, like thrown in the box. I was like, man, if this happens to me, I'm going to legitimately cry.
Yeah. I think it's worse coming up from the States into Canada as far as problems with pricing, because they tariff us at the border, but I don't think they tariff you guys so much. So you don't have the same taxing system. So it's worse for us. I just had a book come up from Red Hood. You guys ever heard of Red Hood? I bought a TMNT 1 third print, 8.5. It was $8.50, and I wanted to get a copy, so I just bought a copy. It was not a great deal or anything, but then they charged me another like $150 in tariffs at the border, so kind of like 20% extra, like kind of thing, right? So that sucked. It's not like I paid pretty much the market for it too at the time, But I don't know about you guys. Do you guys who has a TMNT 1 first print?
Nobody.
Not on this pad. No, I don't think.
Even second print.
I passed on a 9.0 white pages first print like 2 years ago, just because I wanted another book instead. It was not that bad of a price either. It's like $8,000.
I'll tell you a quick story. So my friend, one of my best friends, is a huge TMNT fan. He's not heavily into comic books, but he has some comic books. We were going to a con together, and this was before the jump on the third prints. The guy at the con had it for $80, and he was like, "Okay, would you take 70 for it?" And the guy was like, "Yeah, I would take 70 for it." He's like, "All right, let me go around the con, and I'll come back and get it." And I told him, I was like, you turn around right now and you go get that book because that book will not be there when you go back. He's like, yeah. I was like, dude, go get that book right now. And sure enough, he got it. He got it pressed and cleaned, signed, and it came back at 9.6.
Wow.
That's awesome. Good
He has,
advice. Stephen.
yeah, he has a RAF #1 that I bought for him for his birthday. I got it for $40, and he the same thing. Got it pressed, slabbed, signed, and it came back at 9.2.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah, but
I went around getting a bunch of those books not too long ago, right before it all went crazy. Although not #1. #1 was already crazy, but like RAFs and what have you. And I caught them like literally like, oh, you think you're smart, right? And it's like literally like 5 weeks before everything goes nuts. Barely ahead of the curve on that one. Like I was buying every copy I could get around locally, like because I just had a feeling about it because those Mirage books have such a look to them. So for me, the graphic design element is a big element for me as a collector. I like the art and I like the graphic design. And I always thought it was kind of Mirage. It was kind of ugly, but I was kind of like, yeah, but it's kind of good ugly.
yeah,
It has kind of a look to it, you know. And I think that people that are wanting to connect to something from their past, they're going to remember the look of those drawings. And you know, I was looking at some today. I grabbed a bunch more, and the internal art seemed a lot better than I had noticed before. Like it has a real style. And anyway, yeah, I barely got ahead of that. I was buying, but I would buy like I got a 9.2 #2, but the guy also had slabbed a 6.0 RAF, which I couldn't even find a 6 on GPA. Like nobody bothered with one that low, right at that point. But I bought it anyway. Yeah, and it was like, you know, I bought a bunch of these things like this.
It's the holy grail grade 6.0. Nobody has it.
Yeah, I got to get a 6.0. No, but it was like, that's true. There was no other sale or I couldn't find any comparable sales or anything. The price was fine, so I just bought it. But I don't know about you guys, but if you're doing any speculation, and it looks like TheBoyWhoHad7, looks like you probably do. And I don't know what the other guys must. I don't know, but like sometimes now you just got to go with your gut because the price is good. If it's there, the price is going to be there. So you have to be in front of it. And it's not easy to do.
No. It's the whole game. All right, so before so we'll move on. This is our second round. But Sean, for real though, thank you so much for that book, man. I really appreciate it. You were easy to deal with. You did such a great packing job, and I really appreciate it. It's one of my favorite books in my collection for sure.
I would just give people the money back if they had any problem. I don't want any trail. I've had a few rough dealings myself. I won't name any names, but I just don't deal with those people again. But and I don't really sell on Instagram anymore. I was then, but I haven't said I wouldn't. I just haven't been. But I'll pack the shit out of it and make sure it's safe. And like, you know, I know how it feels because I'm an actual real collector. So I don't want a cracked case. Or that's a bummer.
Yeah, right. VP, we got VP in the house. What's up, man? All right, second round. Paul, your turn, buddy.
Okay, I'm gonna go fast, but this is something from 1985 that probably not a lot of people have seen, but it's DC Spotlight number 50. Cool. Sorry, it's #1 in honor of the 50th anniversary of DC. It's got a wraparound cover. So this was kind of like the previews before the previews actually came into being. And the reason why this one is important is because this had the profile of both the Dark Knight Returns and the one in it. So kind of this was the previews of the Dark Knight Returns and the Watchmen. And the artist who did the cover is Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, who maybe a lot of people haven't heard of, but if you bought any merchandise in the 80s or 90s that had a DC character on it, he probably was the guy who drew that. He was the merchandise guy.
That's awesome.
Who drew the characters.
Cool. Very cool. 9.2. Really? Oh, wrong button.
Oh, we lost him.
Oh, I lost him. What happened? There you go.
There
Took
you
them
go.
out. What's up with that?
I know. Showing 9.2s. Get out of here. Very
I
cool,
love
man.
the way Martian Manhunter looks on that cover. He looks awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool. All right. JP, you're next.
All right. Well, since we did a book that someone bought from somebody else that's on the panel, I'm going to do a book that I bought from somebody else on the panel from Mr. Matt.
Oh, snaps.
Ooh.
Journey into Mystery 84. This is super low grade, but we worked this deal like literally a couple weeks before she walked out on the stage at the con with the hammer. Like, and so I kind of went pretty good. But,
yeah, you did. Yes.
But yeah, Matt was getting rid of this. Too low grade for him. But super happy to add this one to my collection. So yeah, just a little first Jane Foster, second Thor. I was never going to touch that first Thor. So with the second Thor, first Jane Foster.
Man,
really
that's
like
awesome.
the artwork. Yeah, that's cool. I like the brown with the yellow.
A great book.
Yeah.
He's still popping. Those colors are still popping.
The color on it might be low grade, but the color on this thing is awesome.
Yes. For real.
Heck yeah, man.
Cool. All right, Matt, your turn.
Oh, you got me going this time? All right, what number, man? 1 through 12, -6.
Boy. We'll go with 9.
9. Oh, I like this one.
Biggie with the super undervalued still. I would say so.
So this is a book from 1963. It's Flash, number 139.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And I was looking forever to get one of these with white pages. And it was such a fun hunt. I finally found it on eBay. No, Instagram. Got this from, I think, Elite Comics. Yeah, Elite 11.
Yeah. Those dudes are cool.
Origin and first appearance of Professor Zoom.
Wow.
Yeah. Love that
Great
book,
comic.
though. Took me forever to get it in those white pages. So,
How long? I want to know.
I was looking for it for about 2.5 years, and I kept every week, man. I'll look through books that I want, and I had it on a wish list. And one day, I wasn't even thinking about it anymore. I actually had just I'm never gonna find it. And then I'm scrolling through Instagram, and boom, there it is. Oh crap! Claim.
Give me that.
And that's right. Anything modern is 9/8 white pages in my collection, but these older ones, I'll go 7, 5, or 9s. I don't know why, just kind of gravitate for those. And so it was perfect, 7, 5 white pages. And I love this character, probably my favorite Flash villain. So, yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Very nice, man.
Great comic.
Very cool. Guys, again, if you're watching, man, there's been some heat thrown up on here on the screen. If you haven't smashed that like button, please do so, man. It's crazy up in here. All right, Sean, your turn, buddy.
Well, I'm gonna do some 9-2 love.
Yeah,
there we go.
Do some 9-2 love.
You guys are hating on the
9-2s. Yeah.
That's right.
but I got a part 2 to it. So I'll start with this.
Oh.
Not a super
Oh,
valuable book, but kind of cool, right?
That's awesome.
Very cool.
Is it white pages? Yes, it is. Okay,
There it is.
It's
the
boy who had 7 qualified.
Right, there you go. I like the idea of the white pages. That's a good thing to go for sure.
Thanks, man.
And then I've got that.
Oh, the
yeah.
newsstand.
Where is it? There we go. Come on, there we go.
The newsstand. Yeah, the
There
newsstand.
we go.
That's that's a $1,000 book right now.
Fire.
Yeah. People were shitting all over. Excuse my French. People were saying mean things about Spawn for many years until very recently. And I always had a big box of them, and not like of all number 1, but just a box of Spawns. And I just thought it had a dynamic art look to it, and especially like the coloring.
Yeah.
The colorists were in the early books really were like popping huge, right? And people are going, it's crap. And around locally, there's another group, Facebook group, and the guy that runs it hates Todd McFarlane. And I was like,
who is that guy?
Are you blind? Or what? The guy's a pretty important comic guy. and he's from Canada too. So, but yeah, I like the. I like that. I don't know what the debate on Malibu Sun is still. Like, what do people think? Is that
still a lot of people
first
still call it
appearance,
first
sort of, in a
appearance?
weird way, right? Like,
It's one of those. You could have a whole show about it. It's one of those debacles where people think it's his first appearance. I remember him saying on Comic Tom 101, he was like, "People are having me sign this Rust comic because it has like a preview of Spawn on it, and people think that that's the first appearance of Spawn." And so, like, I don't know. There's a whole huge thing about it. I would really consider Spawn #1 more of the first, because it's the first full appearance, and you see what he really is. I don't think Spawn is in too many pages of that Malibu book.
it's the front and back.
Yeah, so there you go. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you get of him.
But they're full color images, and it's all
Yeah.
Spawn. Like, so it's a weird one.
Yeah.
I don't know the debate.
Yeah, but it's like
Great design.
with Miles Morales, is it Ultimate Fallout 4 or is it the previews catalog, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unruly Simian, I just don't think any sort of preview should count, but great book. Yeah,
Right.
I would agree with that.
Totally agree.
It's like the same thing with this book, right? It has all sorts of first appearances, right? All the previews. But yeah, I wouldn't really count those. I would count that as the first appearance. So I don't know. Like I said,
I think the market has kind of said that Malibu is the first appearance. Am I right?
I don't know.
I wonder what a 98 in that
market will
book
tell
goes
us. Yeah, like with perfect example is 181, right?
Well, part of the market
Go crazy over that.
The other thing was Spawn 1 was so printed, non-newsstand. Like there's so many of them out there that people gravitate to the Malibu just because
That's
it was
true
hard to
too.
get. Yeah,
true.
That's true too. Yeah, like a Malibu and a 98 is like $3,000, 3,500, and the newsstand Spawn is like $1,000.
yeah.
So I don't know. Both awesome books, though. I wish I had.
But if I had to
just-
choose, though,
I was just showing it because it was like a little bit off the beaten path, the Malibu Sun,
Yeah.
and then I had the other one, so I figured I'd throw it in there. But it's an oddball book, kind of in the collector's world, especially with money and how people think of it. You know.
yeah. But if I had to choose between the newsstand Spawn and the Malibu, I would choose the newsstand because I think that's just such a cooler book. I wouldn't even really care about value. It's the same thing with this, you know what I mean? Like with value, like with newsstands and direct editions, like I really don't care. It's just a preference, you know what I mean? I would rather have that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The market keeps changing. You never know what's going to happen. The market will speak, and then that will become the way it is. The perfect example again is the 181, 180 thing. 180 is coming up, but people like the cover of 181, and obviously I was reading it when it came out, so I was collecting. And 180 was the first appearance for sure. It was in the last panel, but this is one panel. The next one is like, here he is. Now we're learning about him and everything, right? So. Yeah. That's the great debate, of that book.
It is a pretty big debate. Well, speaking of first appearances, it's my turn. And then I have a book here that was also bought from someone else on the panel. And this is another one of my favorite books. This was not The Boy Who Had 7 qualified, so that's why I picked it up. He decided to upgrade the book. So I was like, yeah, I'll take it. So here's another one of my favorite books. We have A House of Secrets.
Oh, nice.
Number 92.
Yeah,
7.5 off-white pages. There's no white pages there in existence. Okay, so now you guys can understand how disgusted he was with this book. Like, I can't believe I bought this book with off-white pages. And I was like, dude, I'll snag it. I don't care about the page quality. As I like to tell people, but off-white pages adds to the creepiness of the book. It adds to the
There you go. There you go. I like it, man. I'll take it.
So another one of my favorite books, Swamp Thing, one of my favorite characters. And just, I don't know, I think maybe like 2 years ago, I really dug into this character, and I was like, this guy is cool. This is a really, really cool character. Because, growing up and going through comic books, like, again, I have a small roster of DC characters I like. It just used to be Batman, and I just thought everything else was like, no, like I don't want to touch it. And then so I had a couple of friends, especially my shop owner, who were huge into Swamp Thing, and they're like, Kevin, you have to try Swamp Thing. Like, and I there was for weeks where I was like, yeah, I'm kind of getting bored with New Comic Book Day. Like it kind of all seems like sort of the same. And he's like, if you want something different, try Swamp Thing. I was like, all right, I'll try it. So I ended up grabbing the 1 through 10 issues of Bernie Wrightson and Len Wein, and I just thought those 10 issues were an absolute masterpiece. I still talk about those issues. Those are probably one of the most beautiful looking books I have ever seen. And the stories, the way that Len Wein writes it, it's just so good. And personally, too, I have never read a Swamp Thing book that I have never been disappointed in. I just always love the mystery and love where the story's going. Like I know he doesn't have a huge following, to be honest. So like the fan base for Swamp Thing is very small, but I mean, again, to the people who don't want to give him a shot, please try it, because it's one of the coolest things, man. It's so interesting, and you just have it's deep. The stories are super, super deep, and that's as far as I'll go with Swamp Thing.
The art is some of the best macabre art in comics. They call him the master of macabre, right?
Yeah, that's what they call him, Bernie Wrightson.
He's amazing, amazing artist. Yeah, I like it when the Batman comes in and he gives him the huge cape. And it looks, again, graphic design angle. It just looks amazing, like
big cape and big ears.
Yeah, just he had a look to it. It was awesome.
Yeah. No, those 10 issues.
They've had some of the best writers on that character too. I mean, they had Alan Moore, and then they had Scott Snyder, who did them in the New 52, and so they put a lot of their best writers on that character too.
For sure. And so like when I read Swamp Thing, I went from 1 through 10, and some people said like, yeah, read the other issues if you want, but it's not really necessary. And so I jumped right from 1 through 10 to Alan Moore's run, and that is a book or a series that I read annually now. I have the Absolute editions. I don't have the third one yet, but I read those books annually, and they're very loved. I make sure I put them in a nice spot where they're protected, and I just think they're even beautiful books with the suede covering, if you guys have ever seen them. But I just love those books to death. So when Halloween time comes around, and that's like the time I like to read Swamp Thing, is around Halloween, fall time. That's my favorite time to read it. That's my time to read those books annually. So, all right, enough of me jibber jabbing about Swamp Thing. We got 13 minutes left. Let's do a third round before the time is up. And so, Paul, it's your turn again, buddy.
Okay. I'll try not to do another first appearance then. I appreciate that. For doing first appearances, I'll do another first appearance here. This is Brave and the Bold, number 54. Wow. It is the first appearance of the Teen Titans. This is so early in the Teen Titans history that they weren't even called the Teen Titans in this comic book. It wasn't until their second appearance where they added Wonder Girl that they actually took on the name of the Teen Titans. So this was famous because there had been other group books, obviously, but this was the first group of sidekicks that everyone had. So this is really kind of important to a whole DC lore. So cool. Off-white pages. Sorry, Matt.
It's all right, man.
We're just disappointing Matt all around today.
Exactly. 9.2 off-white pages. What are you doing here?
Very nice. I see that book a lot, and I know one of my best dudes on here, Burke Family 54 Comics, has a copy of that. And every time, go ahead, Matt. Just do it.
No,
just do it.
Keep going.
No, pull it out.
You have it? Come on, Matt. Take it out. Come on.
Majority vote. Everyone says to pull it out. Oh my god.
9.0. Kills me with that 9.0.
9.0 white pages.
Jeez.
I have a 9.0 off white pages as well.
Damn. Who invited this guy? Cool.
It's a great book, though. I don't care what grade it's in. It's an awesome book, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, JP, your turn.
All right, so I'm going to pull like the one book I have that has white pages that makes Matt jealous because it has white pages.
Oh my
pages
god!
On a Batman 42.
Banger!
Wow.
Second
Dude,
cover
Oh
Catwoman,
my.
first cover in Batman.
Get out of
Yeah,
here.
when I first got this, Matt saw that it had white pages. He was, I actually had a one-up on him on that.
Yeah,
the only
you did.
time probably ever.
wow.
A 1/8 in white pages. You don't see that too often.
No, well, it's because it's like barely hanging on and multiple places. But it is complete, but it's it's got multiple centerfold and the next wrap is both detached, and it's got issues, but hey, I'll take it.
For sure.
Absolutely.
I remember this
Dang.
book being on your wish list for quite a while, right, JP? Yeah.
So, well, I really wanted, originally, this was my favorite of the Golden Age Catwoman covers, but I really just wanted one was my goal, and I was looking, and then when the cons got canceled last year, I suddenly had con money that I hadn't spent, and this came up for a price that I couldn't hardly believe. It was a pretty, good deal, and I was 1.8 or not, I jumped on it. And
Is this a scam?
That's gorgeous, man. That is just gorgeous.
so yeah.
That's awesome.
Wow. The red is so
I don't have
vibrant.
much Golden Age. I only have a couple of Golden Age books, but this is currently my favorite. I need to get a few more. So
I haven't dipped my toe in Golden Age. I'm too
it's just where
intimidated.
the toe is in, but that's all so far.
Yeah, I haven't even dipped my toe. I just look at it and be like, yeah, that looks cold.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome.
All right, Matt, your turn.
I think this is the last book. JP, should I show my wife's book?
Show your wife's book, definitely.
Let's show my wife's book.
My
wife owns 2 comic books.
Wife's
It's really her. I cannot touch it, sell it unless I have her permission.
Did you have permission to touch it today?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I did. Here we
Not
go.
gonna bust out gloves.
You talked about this baby. You talked about this bad boy earlier.
Oh my
And,
god.
Yeah.
I thought I'd pull that
9.8.
baby out right there. Yeah, that's her favorite
Hold on.
character, the Punisher.
Look at this.
So he didn't get him with the 9.8 300 earlier.
Jeez.
This is one of the coolest books ever, man. The fact that the Punisher is her favorite character. She's gotten the 9.8. Everyone's seen this one, but I figured I got one more shot at showing off today, so I'm gonna.
There you go.
Guys, you are seeing that correctly. That is not the hologram variant. That is the book. Man.
Yeah. And Matt never really misses an opportunity to show that one off. So
I don't.
Which he should.
I don't.
Which he should. You should never pass up an opportunity to show that one.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
Crazy.
it gets me excited just looking at it. So
That's how I get when I look at my books, man. You know,
yeah, you have
when I have my days off, like on a Sunday, like if I'm just being a bum around the house, I got no training to do, or I'm too sore to do any training, or if I don't have any work or anything, like I'll just sit in this room and just look at my books and be like, I can't believe I have this book. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of these books, like I'll just look at them and I'll just be like beside myself and be like, damn, like this is my collection. Like if only my like high school self could see where I would be right now, my high school self would be like, you're an idiot for spending this much money on comic books.
Oh man.
Sean, your turn, man.
Where's the market at on a 9.8? 129 now.
And an off-white white page just sold a couple of weeks ago for 38,000. So I figure the white page will be just a little more.
Yeah.
A little.
Yeah.
When people are spending that much money on the book for white pages, I would say that would probably go for about like 43, 45.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Probably.
hoping. And if Frank Castle makes it out in the MCU, I think that book's gonna just be crazy. We'll see.
Dang.
What that Ghost Rider sell for? Yeah.
Yeah.
260 or something, right?
Yeah. That's awesome, though. That is awesome.
I've got to go Marvel Spotlight 5 at CGC right now to see if it passes, like if it's restored or not. I can't tell. It's got one of those sort of offset covers, and I don't know if it's got an edge trim or not. So we'll see. So I guys want to see some 1.5 actually?
Yeah, let's see 1.5.
Yeah.
I had a 1.8 out here earlier, so.
Oh,
yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
man.
Like,
Guys,
I was like,
thumbnail.
hey, you guys show big books. You know, Hulk 1
Yeah.
and AF-15. I'm just like smacking us upside the head.
The reason I showed it was because I keep this stuff at the bank in a
deposit
like my better books, even though it's only a 1.5, I still keep it there. I keep it in one of those long boxes at the bank, and so it's not always here. And I thought, well, let's show it. It's here. You know, who knows?
You live in Canada, Sean?
What's that?
Sean, you live in Canada? You live in Canada?
Yeah.
So I can't get across the border to your house, then, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Come on up. So, I found that in a North Ontario town that I had to drive an hour each way with no idea what I was going to see when I got there, and everything else was bronze, and this was when bronze was a term people did not say, like, oh, it's bronze. It was like, it's bronze, because
like people say 90s.
You guys know, right? The market keeps changing, and everybody's opinions of everything keeps changing, and when it changes, they act like this has always been the way that everybody thought about it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I go back to when there was 3 grades. There was good, fine, and near mint or something. Like when I started that, there was only 3 grades, and they just priced it in there, and nobody knew about trimming or restoration or anything. So, like, because I started when I was really young, and the price guy would come out with 3 grades in it, and the price. But this is before the internet, before science.
That's amazing, man.
But it's good for me, because when I look at these opinions, like people go bronze is a big deal now. I remember when it wasn't, and then I can apply that to like what you were saying, JP, about the 90s, right? Like when I was grabbing up spawns because I liked them. I was like, I would say that every collector, go with what you like. I know that's old hat, but you got to do it, because if you don't have strong opinions, you're going to just blow all over the place. You're going to buy all sorts of stupid books. You're going to waste tons of money. You got to go with what you like and have I need a Green Lantern 76. I do. That's on my list for sure. I just haven't run into the copy yet, and there hasn't been cons for 2 years. So, but I would really like that. I like that book. I think it's an important book in comic history. That was a nice one. Yeah. These are the things, and I like probably like you guys. You focus on, like Kevin, right? They keep focus on the 252. You focus on 300. You go, and then people are like, "Oh, Venom's crap," or whatever. And then later, nope,
it's hot.
Venom's not crap. Venom's good. Now we like Venom, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta just stick to your own ideas on what you think. You know.
It's true, man. You gotta if you're coming into this hobby, if you're brand spanking new, try some books, but just collect what you like. I mean, unless you want to get into the spec game, but I mean, I don't do it. I just don't find it fun. I don't like to play that game. I just truly collect out of pure enjoyment. And so I'll have my list. And I gotta say, I've gone a little off the rails this year. I've bought 3 pretty big keys this year so far, and that's the most I've ever done before. But just collect what you like, man, for sure. Collect what you like, and you'll be happier that way. All right, it's my turn, and then I know it's usually for an hour. I took out books out of the vault today, and so I have one more here. So on the after my round, I would like for us just to pull out one more book and just show it off at random. But here's my last book for the round, okay? Banger. And I know banger, yeah, it is. I took books out of the vault today. Out of the vault. All right.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. All right. So yeah, it's a green label. I don't care. This was my 29th birthday present to myself after my wife gave me the green light and was like, yeah, go get it. And I was, this story is just awesome. So I was on eBay one night looking for a different book, And I found that book that I was looking for, and I checked out the person who was selling it. I was like, oh, let's see where this other, what other stuff this guy has. And there was the Hulk when he won on eBay, and I was like, damn, like that's beautiful. And I saw the price, was like, that's even better. Like I could probably buy that for that price. And so I checked where the person was, where the person lived, and the person happened to live in the same exact town that I lived in. And so I shot him a really quick message saying, hey, my name is Kevin Vidini. I'm on Facebook. That's it. That's all I put on the message. And sure enough, like 5 minutes later, I get a message like, hey, I just got a message from you on eBay about Hulk when he was. Like, you sure did, buddy. Like, let's talk shop. I know you don't want to pay for the eBay fees and the taxes. So let's do a cash deal. Like, where can I meet you today for this book? And that was it. That's the story of how I obtained my Mega Grail. That I do that's consider awesome. That Hulk 21 my Mega Grail. That's really up there. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Missing the stamp. I don't care about that stamp. Who cares about a stamp? That's the only way I could afford that book without that stamp. So I don't care about that stamp. All right, gentlemen. So we are past the hour. Okay. So like I said, I took out books from the vault today. All right. I have one more slab here. I just purchased this book. And you guys can pick whatever you want, but let's just do a random draw. Let's show off one more book and see what we picked out, and just we'll see what happens. All right. So I'll give you guys like couple seconds, 30 seconds. Pick out a book. Go ahead, and then we'll do a random draw, and we'll close out the show for the day. Okay. Sean's got something. Matt's got something. JP. Okay. Paul, you ready? All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, G.I. Joe, the silent issue. That's pretty cool. We got Paul with a signed Neil Adams book. Which Batman book is that?
It's the Detective Comics 1000 from the Neil Adams store.
Nice.
Cool. All right. So since I had Paul say his, we'll have Matt. Matt, go ahead, say yours.
This is an AOK from some of my friends on YouTube. G.I. Joe number 21, silent issue, 9/8 white pages. So
very cool.
DS Comics, Discovery Bay, and Comic Books NYC.
Nice. All right, Sean, what do you got?
Just a 3-toed Hulk.
Yeah.
JP, what'd you pick?
This is a sketch cover that was an AOK from J Hood Creative on YouTube of my two favorite characters in the Batman the Animated Series style. And
wait, that's a sketch that he did?
That is J Hood's sketch cover.
Can you pull that up?
Yeah,
I'll make that bigger. One.
Yeah. That looks like it's actually like printed on the book.
No way. I thought that was legit, like an actual comic book.
That is J Hood. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Why is this guy not doing Warner Brothers animation?
I don't know.
Damn.
It's amazing. So yeah, so I had to break out the J Hood.
Dude, killer.
Yeah, it's better than like I have a slab of the cover that he's like homaging, and it's better. It's truly better than let's see, where's it at? Like this is obviously what he was homaging, the Birds of Prey.
All right.
And yeah, it's better.
Yeah.
He killed it, guys.
Wow.
Sick. And this is my recent purchase, Werewolf by Night 32.
Very nice.
Most expensive comic book buy for man. Crazy.
Dude, awesome,
Great
man.
book, dude. Great book. All right, guys. Well, it's past the hour. I thought that was a little fun, actually. That was something I've never done it on the channel, on the show before. We just do kind of like a random one together, see what we pick. That's cool. Maybe I'll inherit that. Yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. This was a blast. I hope you guys had fun. Just so you guys know, you guys are more than welcome to come back at any time. So if I'm looking for guests, you guys can come on. All right.
Nice.
And to the people who are watching, don't forget to smash that like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel for future What's That comic book shows. And don't forget to go in this video's description and check these dudes out on Instagram and on YouTube. I'm Kevin Vidini for Superpower Review, and I hope you guys have a super awesome day. See ya.